What's up, losers? Today I'm back with some more r/nice guys action. Checking out a couple of eyebrow-raising posts from some extremely nice gentlemen, sharing my opinions on them, and having a few laughs at their expense. I know it's been a while since I made one of these. So sorry to anyone who's been kept waiting for this latest installment. I just wasn't feeling inspired by a lot of the posts I was seeing. And I didn't want to make a video just for the sake of it. But I found some fun ones to get into today. So I hope you enjoy them. This is episode 32 in the Nice Guys series. And I'm ready to meet today's field of eligible bachelors. So without further preamble, let's get into it.
5 years ago, I thought I was married to the man I'd spend the rest of my life with. Yesterday, I found out he's been cheating on me for 3 years. This is not where I dreamed I'd be. This is a nightmare.
Please listen to me. Do not leave him because of this. I know it hurts, but you women have to stop ending marriages over it. Men and women are not the same. If that girl means nothing, and it was just sex, then do not end things with him. But, if he loves her, provides for her, protects her, then for sure break things off. We cheat differently. I know that seems impossible to understand. But we are not the same. All men want to have sex with multiple women, and only 10% of all straight men get to. Most men can't. And men are as faithful as their options. Please, for the love of the God you got married in front of, do not end things because he did what's in his nature to do.
Man, it never fails to sadden me, just how low an opinion some of these guys seem to have of men. Like, no. Dude, just no. All men do not want to have sex with a bunch of random women when they're already in a committed monogamous relationship. I won't deny that a lot of men do engage in this kind of behavior. But it is by no means a universal feature of manhood. And for this guy to assume that any man who doesn't repeatedly cheat on his partner must simply be unable to get any women says a whole lot about him, and precious little about men as a general group. So basically, speak for yourself, buddy, and leave the rest of us out of it. And on the implication that, because this is simply a man's nature, men have no control over their own actions when they cheat on their partners, and should not be held responsible for their infidelity. I have to disagree even more vehemently. No man is compelled to sleep with a woman just because he finds her attractive, and especially not for 3 fricking years. Give me a break. If you want to sleep with a bunch of women, then that's fine, go ahead, but you don't get to enter into an exclusive relationship, promise to be faithful to your partner, then violate that trust in the most blatant manner imaginable, and expect to be let off the hook because you're a dude with a dick, if you cheat and get caught. The very least you can do is grow a pair to go with that dick, and accept the consequences of your stupid ass actions. None of this weasel EBS. It's enough to make a guy nauseous. And it sure as shit isn't manly, haha. So give it a rest. Oh, and I probably should have pointed this out at the start, but responding to someone who has just had their life turned upside down, like the original poster here, with such a condescending and unempathetic spiel, is utterly shameful, and anyone who would post something like that should honestly just delete all of their social media and call it a day. Because they clearly have nothing of any intelligence or value to contribute. And we'd all be better off without their participation in the discourse. At any rate, I hope that the woman who made the original post gets through everything okay. And that this guy steps in dog crap or something, haha. Because that's how it felt reading his cowardly rationalizations. Anyway, on to the next post.
What is the worst thing that a person can put on their bio on a dating app?
The worst thing people can do is be a nice guy. Just caring about the girl. Not being a criminal dickhead. With a jawline. But that seems to be the only thing girls care about. So don't say that you care. Or that you go the extra mile. Or that you're old-fashioned. Don't ever fricking say that. Because you will never get matched. Girls only want bad boys. Who treat them like shit. If a girl even just gave me a chance, I would worship them like a pure spirit. I would cook and clean. I would hold the door open for them and cheat. But no, these fricking idiots are too stupid. So they marry chads with no jobs. Damn, I hate women so much. Why won't they date me? It's because their little brains have been warped by evolution. To not know true love when they see it.
Yawns. Nothing to see here, guys. Just another nice, old-fashioned gentleman, going unappreciated due to the stupidity of women. You'd think that after all this time, and all of these angry posts, women would have started to catch on to what they were missing out on. But I guess their pea-brains are just a little slow on the uptake. What a shame. Haha, no, but kidding aside though, this guy is actually hilarious to me. Like, he acts as if the reason women don't respond to him is because he's just too nice, and not a quote, criminal dickhead. But when you read his post, it's got more red flags than a CCP parade, haha. I mean, he's quote, old-fashioned, which being real, is almost certainly code for controlling and misogynistic. He's clearly putting women on a pedestal. What with the worship women like pure spirits talk, so that's uncomfortable and burdensome. And he also, by his own admission, hates women, and thinks that they're stupid. But despite recognizing all of that, he's still like, nah, it must be that I'm too nice. And that women just don't know true love when they see it. That's the only possible explanation. Wild, man, just wild. I guess you really can convince yourself of anything, so long as you're bitter and narcissistic enough. The other thing that struck me about the post was how he described the men that women apparently care about as criminal dickheads, with jawlines, who also don't have jobs. Apparently, I can't be the only one who finds the nice guy trademark tendency to conflate looks with criminality, unemployment, or assholery really weird, right? Like, I'll never deny that being physically attractive is an advantage for men in the dating market, just as it is for women. But I have no earthly idea where these guys got the misapprehension that good-looking guys must be sociopathic criminals or bums, or that these qualities are necessary for their physical attractiveness to work its magic. I mean, plenty of good-looking men are also nice. Plenty are successful too, and I'm pretty sure that if most women had a choice between a nice and successful good-looking guy and an unemployed asshole good-looking guy, they would choose the former in a heartbeat. I guess the only way I can make sense of it is that these guys have to assume the worst of good-looking guys, so that they can blame women for preferring them. Whereas if they just accepted the genetic lottery for what it was, they'd have to blame the universe or something. And that just wouldn't deliver the same bitter satisfaction. Either way, it's pretty damn sad that these guys have to twist themselves in knots, trying to come to grips with women choosing other men over them. Like, I get it, guys, rejection sucks, but you're not making the situation any better with this embarrassing sheet, haha. And for what it's worth, even though women do generally tend to prefer better-looking guys, this does not make it impossible for you to find someone as a less attractive dude. It just makes things a bit more difficult, requires a little patience, and may require you to lower your standards just a teensy bit. I know it can be frustrating to feel like others have it easier than you. But embracing this frustration, and letting it take control of you, is only going to sabotage your chances of securing a relationship. So for your own sake, If no one else's, give the angry online rants a rest. It's not doing anyone any good. On to the last post.
Women like cats, because they're chads. Stick with me. Everybody knows that all women have daddy issues, and that's why they go for the bad boy. Right, the thug, asshole, who abuses her and cheats on her. Daddy didn't love her, or pay enough attention to her. So she goes and finds a chad who will do the same. Because it's familiar. But before, after, or doing that, they also worship cats. Because cats do the same thing. They say they love you, but bite you if you pet them. They ask for attention, and punish when they get it. They're unnecessary, abusive, and thankless creatures, and women love them, because they crave abuse and neglect.
Haha, what did I just read? Cats are chads. That's a take, I suppose. I have to admit, I'm pretty skeptical of this post's authenticity. Because it definitely reads more like a joke or a troll post, than something that someone would come up with unironically. But it's funny either way, so I thought it was worth including. There's a number of odd little tidbits in the post that I wasn't sure what to make of. The first of which is the claim that, quote, everybody knows that all women have daddy issues. Forgive me, but does everybody know that? Because it seems like a pretty out there suggestion to me, and not one that I would expect anyone with a clue to take seriously. Much less agree with. Like, what about the women who don't have abusive, neglectful, or absent fathers? Does this poster just not realize that good fathers exist? Because that seems to be what it's implying. Crazy. The post also claims that women worship cats, which might be overstating the point a bit. But whatever, a lot of women do like cats. So I suppose it's not entirely wrong, but when it claims that cats say that they love you and ask for attention, I'm at a loss. Like, they do realize that cats can't talk, right? If you're hearing your cat talk to you, I think you've got more immediate things to be worrying about than diagnosing the psychological problems of women, haha. And the last thing that made me scratch my head was the almost demonic way the post portrays cats. Like, okay, cats can be uncooperative and scratch people sometimes, but I really wouldn't describe them as unnecessary, abusive, and thankless creatures. And I have to wonder if this guy has had some kind of traumatic experience with cats, which is informing this perception. Because otherwise I just don't get it. Really seems like a cat beat him up for his lunch money or something, haha. But yeah, on the whole, whether real or fake, I found the post pretty amusing and peculiar. And I thought that it was worth examining on that basis alone. So I hope that you got a chuckle or two out of it as I did. At any rate, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed meeting these suave Casanovas, and that you got something out of my commentary. What do you think? Is it in a man's nature to cheat on his partner at any available opportunity? Do women prefer criminal dickheads over nice and successful men? Are cats chads, preying on the daddy issues of their owners? Which of these guys made your heart skip a beat? Let me know in the comments. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, or I'll remake the 50 Shades of Grey movie, using the creepy Uncanny Valley cat CGI from Cats on all of the characters. And make you watch it from beginning to end. Just kidding, haha. Anyway, catch you later.